Hello. Hi. We're back now. Welcome back to what? What? I make funny
What is
noises.
this? What is this character? We're back now.
What are you talking about? This is
What are we? Are we role playing already? But something else? I don't know what's happening.
This is just my natural voice. I don't
Yep.
know what you're talking about.
My mistake. That's how you always sound. You're right.
It's true. I told you I have an accent that I
Mildly Minnesotan sort of thing going
Well,
on.
it's probably just like the Canadian I've picked up because, like, from what we know, Minnesotans are just honorary Canadians. They're literally the same people.
Wait, if you take Canadian and add like Southern twang, do you come out to basically Minnesota? Isn't that like
essentially
it's sort of the
what it
halfway
is.
point?
Yeah,
It kind of
yeah,
makes
it
sense.
is.
Kinda, yeah.
I mean, haven't you ever like seen an entire? Haven't you not seen Letterkenny?
No, I haven't. No, never watched it.
Okay, cool. So we'll have a Letterkenny party.
Now that's what you did.
Yeah, like, because it's literally like the best comedy on TV. So
I've heard there's lots of hockey humor, so I'm here for it.
there is some good hockey humor in it. For example, I didn't know what Puck Bunny was until Letterkenny.
I can guess.
Yeah.
I could. I could take a shot in the dark on that one.
Yeah. But anyway,
What are we doing here again?
We're
What is-
playing Heartbeats in Perfect Sync, which takes place in Fantasy Canada. So it's fine.
So this was
we
totally
could
a
be fantasy
relevant
fuck buds.
interruption.
Yeah, which takes place in Fantasy Canada. But I'm just gonna stop so that Rook can start. Of course, if you have the weird question that we have to answer, last week was fun because we all had to ask questions. But if you don't have one, I'll come up with one. Rook, hey, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Rook. As always, I will be your storyteller for this evening. Yeah, I don't have a weird question. I do have the fact that I have no idea what's going to happen this episode. So chat, join me on this adventure.
We might kill the big bad 2 episodes too soon, is what I understand.
Yeah.
And then, who knows? The gang goes on a field trip for the last trip. I don't know. Like,
Yes.
I'm not sorry I
Anyway.
started that fight.
Oh,
deserve
It
no,
was lovely and
it was wonderful. Anyway, we'll get to that in time. Val, I don't have an awkward question. Feel free
Okay,
to
so the awkward
ask.
question that I'm gonna have everyone answer is that if your character existed in if your character existed in a sitcom, what sitcom would that be?
I don't watch enough sitcoms to answer this for either
It can be
Bastion
an
or
old-
It
Herald.
could be old, it could be cartoons. So if you existed, or if Bastion existed, or if there you go.
What counts as a sitcom?
this is a fucking thinker, Val. Jeez. These are usually throwaways. This one's rough.
Sitcoms count as it's situational comedies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, situational comedy. So it's usually a 30-minute program that's situational and funny. So latest millennial sitcoms are way better because we get A Good Place, Schitt's Creek, Letterkenny, all superior sitcoms to the boomers.
Yeah, but I'm still a sucker for like 3-camera sitcoms from like the late 90s.
Oh yeah, I'm a
Early
sucker for that
2000s.
70s show. So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That said, I think if Futurama, yeah, it counts.
Mhm.
Simpsons counts.
Simpsons counts, yeah. Family Guy counts.
I would say
Yeah.
Alex would be in like Freaks and Geeks.
Well, wait for your turn.
Oh, sorry. Well, no one went. I don't know.
We'll come back to
Okay.
you. Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, I think. Okay, I'm going off like Disney Channel shows
Perfect.
from the 2000s because that's when I watched sitcoms.
Mhm.
Because I was a child then. Anyway, I think Harold would weirdly fit in quite well in Wizards of Waverly Place.
I've never watched
See
it.
that?
Oh,
You've missed out.
Yeah.
Hi chat. Let me know if you've seen Wizards of Waverly Place and you
Any
know
Wizards
what
of
I'm
Waverly Place
talking
fans in the
about.
house?
Sound off. And more Disney Channel stuff. Oh, actually, or Hannah Montana. Okay, one of those two. Someone else go.
No, not Hannah Montana, fam. All right, hi, I'm Arnica. I'm playing Sirius Scarborough. I'm very excited to be back this week and show my ass, and show my whole ass. And if Sirius were in a sitcom, or if I were in a sitcom, we would both be in the good place. But where I personally, Arnica, would be an architect, carefully designing a neighborhood that would just blow Michael's out of the water, like mine would actually last 1,000 years.
You'd be designing the perfect trap to torture the souls of mortals for all eternity.
I'm not a very good person. However, Sirius would be caught in my trap. And like Jason, she would figure it out and just consistently be on my nerves. Like, not even figure it out like Eleanor figured it out. Like that one time Jason was the one who figured it out, and Michael was just like, no, that's how I feel every time she'd catch me.
I believe I'm next then. I'm Nick, Fellstrike on Twitter. I'm playing Izzy, is they, them, and they would be an owl house, speaking of Disney Channel shows. And they would have a wonderful time.
Not seen that one. Okay, Colin, now you can go.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm Colin. I play Alex, and Alex would be... Well, I said Freaks and Geeks, but that's like more of a teen drama. Honestly, the boy is so wholesome, he could be in fucking Boy Meets World, but with like more drugs than are present in Boy Meets World. There wasn't a lot of smoking weed in Boy Meets World.
There wasn't, no.
No, it was pretty pure heart, that show. But take Boy Meets World and add a dash of drugs, and you've got Alex, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Oh, don't burn.
Hey, sup? Name's Val. This is my channel. I bring your local cryptid person, Jackie Shales, whose pronouns are they, she, and it. And they would be, I think, I'm gonna say, constantly being in someone else's basement, smoking weed. I say that. They wouldn't be in that 70s show. But they would.
Oh, yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that, but
right?
that fits.
Like, clearly the Hyde character, right?
Yeah.
That would definitely.
And Alex has kind of Eric energy. I should have thought, that would work.
Yeah, and there was a little sexual attention.
So we're saying this is the version of that 70s show where Hyde and Eric hook up?
Yes.
Awesome. Totally here for it.
Which, by the way, I will say that we were duped because Hyde and Jackie was my favorite couple. So, and I'm just gonna go on a quick tangent here. I have actually decided all of the characters' D&D classes. This has been a serious conversation. Okay, we have Eric, who's the wizard. Donna is the fighter. Hyde is the rogue. Fez is a bard. Jackie is the sorcerer. And Kelso, very particularly, is a conquest paladin because he's got to conquest all the ladies. Because he's a big dumb and he becomes a cop. Like, what else do you expect? So that is Kitty is a cleric and Red is a ranger. So listen, I loved it. It was my comfort show until Schitt's Creek came around, and now Schitt's Creek's my comfort show. Hi everyone, we're a viewer affected game. If you would like us to basically become that 2000 show, 2020 show, I don't know, you can help us out here by with your bits, subs, and donations. Every 100 biddies gives a reroll to our reroll pool. We currently only have 3 left, and if you subscribe or gift subs to the channel, you can give us burpee, extra dice in our dice pools as well. We have none. We use them all. We have 3 episodes left. And if you donate $10 or more, you can give us a pulse ideal, which we might need. We might beat the big bad. We might need this. We might need a big bad idea. I don't know. So yeah, there's a cute baby kitty void on Arnica's shoulder.
Yes, this heifer. She's freaking 13 years old. She's just tiny, and she's trying to knock my headset off so because she can hear you guys, and she's jealous. So every time you see her head disappear into my hair, it's because she's trying to get her head in between my ear and the headset.
Fair, absolutely fair. That being said, that's me. That's us. Rook, take us away with thrifts.
Sure. Give me 1 second because my. Hang on.
Okay.
Okay, it's fine. I can deal with that. Like
Okay.
when it loads. Okay, it's fine. You load. Okay, cool. Last we left off, the our 4 heroes were face to face with the possibility of their friends being
That's supposed to mean
heartbroken.
Rook. Heroes.
You were evil. 3 of you were
Some of them
evil
were
last
for a
session.
little while. We fixed it. Sorry, go.
You were
I
faced
wasn't evil. I was
with-
just lonely.
Okay. Anyway, you are faced with the possibility of your friends being heartbroken. After an intense and emotional fight, in which the pulse, known only to you as the tiger, taunted you, we exited the fight. Izzy and Jackie freed from their villainous state to see Sirius, heart rate almost at breaking point, storm off in search of the tiger. We transition to their battle, and Sirius, in an excellent and very cool transformation, becomes heartbroken herself. And we left at the, what was it called? The Science Center? Science World?
Yeah, Science
What
World.
was it? That
Mhm.
Science World.
We left above and around the Science World, Sirius above, the tiger badly injured, and Jackie and Alex on the scene. We left at that fight. We will get to the mural in a second. Sirius,
Hi.
you see your friends before you, and you see the tiger looking at you. Your friends being specifically Jackie, Alex, and Bastion. You don't see Harold or Izzy here. What do you do?
So let's see. I'm pretty staggered. My heart rate has been knocked down to 5. So I'm not doing well. But I am. It's hard to focus on Jackie and Alex. I see them. They did their Free Willy thing. Like it should have been. That should have been the moment. I can't even admire a good Free Willy because all I want is just, I am just a being of glittery rage. I just want to kill this tiger or die trying. I'm just too much hurt. That's what it is. I am a big bundle of every bit of hurt I've ever felt, and it all just has to stop right now. I'm so mad. So I'm not really looking at them. I see them, but I'm looking past them. I'm still eyes on the tiger.
Cool. Are you going to strike?
I am going to move into position to strike, but I'm gonna hesitate because I'm trying to figure out where is the best place to hit from, and if I have the strength to do it. I'm building my strength.
Cool. Who would you like to pass the spotlight to? You can pass to any of the people here.
Let's go ahead and pass it to Jackie.
Oh,
Jackie.
Okay. All right, so we're on top of Science World, lit up, kind of like Jackie is exhausted, by the way, but is running on pure fucking adrenaline and spite right now. And he's like, okay. Looks around. Sirius doesn't want to do anything. What would I know is, as much as beating this tiger sounds great, I'm more worried about Sirius than anything else. And this is kind of an out of character question for Sirius. Would you have shared what is the most important thing or person to Jackie, to you, Sirius? Who is the most important?
Right now, I don't have a most important. I have you guys. You guys are the most important people in my lives right now. In my life right now. And everybody but Izzy is there.
Izzy and Harold, yeah.
Izzy and Harold, yeah.
Oh, Jackie, another thing. You have Izzy's keyboard by your feet.
I have Izzy's keyboard by my feet. Oh. Oh. Okay. So I think what Jackie will do instead, Jackie is going to cryptid back up in the same shape of the tiger. And my thing is to mimic it so that Sirius can concentrate on us and we can get her away from it by getting her to fight us instead.
Okay. I will say this is a roll you against Sirius.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm going to be using mimicry, so that's an extra 2 to mine. And I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'll have a total of 8.
All right, I'm at 5. I have 1 success and 1 failure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, remember you don't count ones.
Yeah, we're not counting
Okay.
ones right now. Yeah.
Then I just have the 1 success.
Okay, so I just legitimately have to get more than 1.
Yeah.
Perfect. I got 4 successes.
4 successes. Because this was a roll-off, you get to shift Sirius's heart rate. I'm guessing you wanted to go up.
I do want to go up, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I, as the person who was about to die, really appreciate that.
Yeah, Sirius, this mimicry works on you. Or, works. It works on you. How do you react in the moment?
Hold up.
There's 2 of them now.
I am dazed and visibly a little confused. Part of me understands. I'm looking at Jackie. The cryptid did a shift. I saw it do a shift. The rest of me, however, is just focused on the fact that now there are 2 tigers, and I am going to go ahead and focus all my attention on the Jackie tiger, exactly as anticipated. So I am staggered. I'm going to stumble, but I'm going to go ahead and rush after Jackie and Alex.
Cool. Jackie, who would you like to send the spotlight to?
Alex.
Alex.
The keyboard
Sirius is rushing
there.
you.
What'd you say, Rook?
Sirius is rushing you. The keyboard is at your feet. What
Oh,
do
I
you
have the
do?
keyboard at my feet. Ooh. Oh. I mean, he's Axel. He's gotta use the keytar. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah, Axel's gonna reach down and pick up the keytar. And
Roll.
okay. I'm at 6 heart rate.
That sounds right.
Yeah, that's what I have. That's what I have in my notes here. And yeah, I don't think any of my tags really apply here. So
No righteous rhythms.
Yeah, I mean, righteous rhythms as far as like, I'm not quite exactly sure what I'm rolling for. Is it to like be able to wield this thing, or is it going to try to stop me from picking it up, the tiger?
They're both.
Okay. Then yeah, in that case, righteous rhythms apply. I mean, like I'm an
go for
apt
it.
person to wield this. I always forget. Does that add 1 or 2 dice? Okay, 2. Sweet. So that's 8d6. 1 success and 2 ones.
Oh, even though I rolled badly, you do not succeed. Your heart rate goes up by 1. As you touch this object, like I imagine at one point or another you've all like, I mean, you interact with each other when you're in like your superpowered forms. Like you've probably like held one of Bastion's shields. You've probably like held one of like the mirrors, etc. You know what one of these like weapons is supposed to feel like, and what you feel is a deep cold. It is like ice. And then suddenly that ice melts as a spark of fire kind of like... As like a spark of fire ignites and suddenly you are like carrying blue flames. And the weapon kind of like almost like pulls itself like out of your grasp and kind of like clatters to the floor as the tiger kind of like looks at you and kind of says, "No. I have eaten that power. It is not for you to wield." You can still take another action, but you cannot wield Izzy's keyboard.
And Izzy's keytar is like fucking Thor's hammer. You gotta be righteous enough to wield it, man. So I am not righteous enough this day. So Axel's pissed because he wanted to do some super cool. He wanted to duet with himself with that thing.
It'd been really dope if y'all could have separated and duetted. I'm not like.
Yeah.
I had this whole thing planned. I was gonna put this thing back over my head, and there was a whole
It's okay.
motherfucker. Okay, so Axel's definitely extremely angry at that because he wanted to make some righteous rhythms. So he's going to. Am I still on your back there, Jackie?
No, I think we both like landed, and I uncrypted it because I'm more of it manipulating the shadows now than I am my body. Though right now I am a Skello shadow tiger ethereal being. So
We're standing on top of the science center.
yes.
So we're up on top of the Epcot dome-y looking thing, right?
Yeah, it's made of
Okay.
glass.
Oh, it's made of glass.
Yes, it's made of glass.
You don't say. Okay. I have an idea. Axel is going to use... I'm going to combine a few tags here with Power Chords of Fire and Righteous Rhythms and his axe guitar. He is going to like plant both of his feet on top of this dome and start thrashing fucking like Primus bass lines as hard as he fucking can. Like smoke coming off of his damn fingers as he's playing, and trying to use the sonic vibration to make this thing vibrate and shatter. Make this giant glass dome break. So we all fall, but I can fly, it's fine.
Okay. I'm going to say, because you're not directly targeting anyone, this isn't going to shift anyone's heart rate.
Okay.
You can just do that. Like, paint us a word picture as your music shatters the floor beneath you.
He produces, like, Axel's hand starts smoking, and you see he, like, starts fiddling a dial, like one of those infernal, like, ring of fire in the air, like he's Doctor Strange manipulating shit. But it's just him turning an amplifier to 11. And he starts cranking out the bass line from Johnny Was a Race Car Driver. And like literally like stomping his foot a la Les Claypool on top of the dome of this thing. And as he does, it just keeps vibrating, and it's like just the right resonance as it gets a little bit heavier and heavier and heavier and heavier until the whole thing shatters and just glass rains down inside the science center. I don't know what's directly under that thing. Do you know, Val?
I was
Science.
just seeing what the current expeditions are at Science World right now. Expeditions. T-Rex, the ultimate predator, is here.
Oh, we're gonna fall on a
Okay.
T-Rex.
Okay.
Amazing.
So we see the scene from above. We see Axel playing. We see lines of fire streaking their way through the dome. We see the glass breaking. We see it the shattered pieces kind of like floating up around them as they fall, and then the camera cuts to a scene of them falling like from the side, and beneath them there is just like a giant model of a T-Rex with its jaw wide open, hungry. And then we cut. Izzy, you
Yes.
have unveiled the mural, and you are showing it to Harold. Because it's been a week, give us another description of what we are looking at.
All right. This is a portrait done very much in the style of the ones that had been appearing around town previously, of 5 winged figures. Again, angelic is a little strong when there's people like Jackie and Axel in it, but you know, angel-esque. Definitely meant to represent the various people. Jackie has kind of goopy wings, bony, like my brain, they're bony bat wings basically, made of goop, and then antlers. Interestingly, it's Alex with demonic wings flying, and definitely not Axel. And then Sirius is a fae / fairy sort of goddess, because you know she ain't gonna have them damn angel wings. She's got her own. A Bastion kind of looks like a angelic knight crusader sort of deal with their armor, and then Harold, definitely that anime like winged prince swoopy in thing. And they're all reaching out towards a hand that's kind of in goop and grime, trying to get to them.
Excellent. Harold kind of like looks at you and says, "You want me to take this image serious?"
Yeah, do we like? I know you can project stuff with your mirrors. Should I like line one up?
Yes. I will have to go there physically. Do you want to come with me, or do you want to stay here?
They asked me not. I think I need to stay, but to have someone come back and check on me, okay?
Okay.
And she's gonna give Harold a peck on the, or they're gonna give Harold a peck on the cheek, and then try and lift and set this mirror up.
Yeah, it's not like a large mirror. It's probably about the size of like a tablet. They kind of like he gives it to you to like hold kind of like in front of the mural, and then he stands in between you and the mirror, and then he like reaches out, and like his like arm you see begins to like swell, with like these jagged shards of like mirror, kind of like light reflects everywhere, and for a second, actually no, like kind of like an illusion kind of like washes over him, so that he kind of resembles how he looks in the mural. And then he like kind of like reaches out, and I shouldn't do that directly into the camera. He kind of like reaches out and like lays his hand flat on the like hand coming out of the grime and the muck, and there's kind of like a flash of like rainbow light, and then all the shards kind of are like sucked into the mirror you are holding. And he turns around and he like holds his hand out for the mirror.
Izzy will hand it back. That's heavier than I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes they have to be. Okay. I'll be back soon. And Harold will, like, kind of, like, put it away, and kind of, like, look towards the science center, and then, there's kind of, like, almost, like, kind of, like, screen shake, like, in a video game. The world kind of, like, rumbles for a moment, and he's gone. What do we see as the camera rests on Izzy with Harold gone?
That basically has used them up. They are collapsing down, kind of not looking at the painting and unconsciously kind of holding the stick at this point, for lack of a better word, that had once been a weird ass sight that they suddenly had.
Okay.
And they kind of just. The word isn't crying. You guys can't see my expression, so I can just pause for a second like that. Not exactly crying, but they're just kind of hoping their friends are okay and not really able to do much more than that at this point. As just like for Jackie, it's been a very long day.
Okay. The camera rests on you for just a moment, kind of like lingering here, in the space, and on you. And then we return to Science World. Bastion's going to spend their turn kind of like securing the two of you, like, with her shields, just making sure you guys are, like, protected in the fall and with the glass. The tiger, however, the tiger will choose. The tiger does nothing.
Does the tiger also fall?
The tiger also falls.
What does it fall on? Is it just still falling?
So the way
For
the
the
tiger
T-Rex?
falls is, like, gravity doesn't really, like, affect it as much. It's going down, but it's
Falling like a feather?
Yeah, and, like, you can tell it's choosing to descend. It's not falling. Axel, let's go back to you. What are you doing as...
Axel's so mad right now because he wanted that. He's so pissed at this tiger. Like, he just wants to do. He wants
just wanted a piano, man.
He just wanted to make. He's like, this is my fucking chance. Because in my mind, like, Axel just is. He's sort of he embodies kind of the spirit of Alex's creativity. So he just really always wants to make, like, cool new shit. And so my little, like, headcanon here is that he's been trying to get Izzy to let him play their guitar for fucking ever. And, like, he wants to experiment with everything, and he's so mad. Because he thinks guitars can be metal, man.
Can be metal.
Totally can be. He's gonna shred on it. So Axel's going to fall and land and like he's riding the T-Rex, like straddling it. And like up on its neck. I mean, motherfucker can fly too, so he can pull it off. And I mean, what I want it to look like is that he's animating a T-Rex to walk, but he's not a freaking necromancer, so he can't actually make a skeletal T-Rex walk, but he can basically kick it over on top of the tiger, which is what he's going to try to do.
Okay. So,
A dinosaur.
just to reiterate, you're going to kick over a fake dinosaur and
On top of a real tiger.
a magic tiger.
Yes.
Okay.
I want it to fall head first, though, so that the jaw goes.
Yeah, a life-size T-Rex model on top of Fantasy Tiger. I'm here.
Yes, and I will not kick it so much as, again, rumble those strings and vibrate it
Okay.
over.
But essentially, you're kicking it.
But yeah, basically that's the end result. It's the same.
Okay. Roll for me.
Okay. Oh, my heart rate went up 1. So
So that was 6.
1, 2, 3 successes.
Okay. I rolled
2 6s and a
6.
5.
I need to roll 3 more. Say that again. How many successes?
3 successes.
Cool. You don't succeed. Your heart rate goes up by 1. As the tiger
boy.
kind of like gently kind of like pads to the ground, like looks at this dinosaur and uses one of its tag that I wrote last week called Devastation, and flame just erupts from it, and like these kind of like blue cracks appear within the dinosaur as it disintegrates.
Motherfucker!
Who are you passing the spotlight to?
Serious. Yeah.
I just want y'all to know I'm just sitting here, just traumatized. It wasn't even the real. It wasn't even a real T-Rex fossil.
And I
You
hurt the
guys have made
dinosaur?
it very yes.
The
Okay,
fake
so here's
dinosaur?
the thing. Yes. Okay. One of my absolute favorite T-Rex skeletons is Queenie, come straight out of Canada, the black one.
She's
Because
good.
yes, gorgeous. And in my head, I'm just like, no, Axel killed Queenie.
Hey, Queenie was already dead.
Queenie's been dead for 66 million years old.
And yet you still managed
Can't
to
hurt
do
her
it
anymore.
Twice. That there's like extra indignity on top of that. Like, how you gonna kill
Insult to
me twice?
injury.
Yes.
She did.
Okay,
Well,
anyway,
Queenie
now
should have Queenie should have been like the other ones and just been good and turned into fossil fuels. Instead, stuck around, and now this is what she gets.
The majority of fossil fuels aren't actually animal matter; it's plant matter.
Well, no one asked you.
We're gonna talk about fossils.
The majority animal matter tends to turn into silicates like opals and great. Anyway, ambers.
Yeah.
Now see, you got me distracted. Now I'm thinking about fossils and rocks, and I've literally forgotten what I'm supposed to be doing.
Listen, it's
fucking up a tiger,
I
pretty much.
choose dinosaurs today. Dinosaurs chose us today. Okay.
Yeah, they did. We got that dinosaur life.
All
Okay,
right.
so I'm falling. I was falling slow. I was falling fast.
Still after me.
You. So, despite there's a flaming fossil in the background, there's an entire
it's dust.
whole ass burning, dusty dinosaur, and I noticed none of that because I am tracking the big black tiger now. I'm tracking Tiger Jackie because obviously this must be the real tiger and the other one's a fake tiger because I've taken a couple hits to the head now and I'm heartbroken and I'm just distracted. So I'm going to attack. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to launch myself from mid-fall directly at Jackie the tiger using my bone whip sword and try to catch it around the neck and grab it.
Okay. Roll.
Opposing rolls. Let's go.
All right, I just got 1 success.
Okay, I got 2.
Cool.
I don't get it.
Sirius, I guess your heart rate goes up by 1. Then, yeah, Jackie, you avoid this attack.
Yeah, and I think, in response, especially if you pass the spotlight out to me, I will just counter.
It is your turn next.
Awesome, cool. So as like this whip whips from my throat, you can't whip. No, we're not having this today, serious. I am too tired. I really want to go home and get drunk, high, and make out. We need to stop. Maybe a nap. As this thing whips out, like from my body, I have my own whips. Grab the whip and then multiple more I want to go and wrap around Sirius's ankles and wrists to restrain her. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Roll again for me.
Yeah, and I am going to use my tendrils tag on that one because that's what I'm using, my tendrils. And that's 8 total. Oh no. Let's see. That is 5 successes.
Yeah, I got 3. I'm caught.
Yeah. So that means you
Cool.
go up by 2 as well.
Sirius, what's your heart rate looking at right now?
It is now, that just brought me to 9.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, so you're restrained.
And then we fall to the ground. I am now landed on the ground, holding up Sirius above me with my tendrils, panting because I am exhausted. Okay. Harold, it's your turn.
Actually, Bastion and the
Okay.
Tiger are gonna
Okay.
go first. And then Harold will appear. Let's go with Bastion first. I think Bastion's priority is you, Sirius. So Bastion's gonna kind of like still like vaguely falling, will like come down and kind of like swing with one like gauntleted hand, and will like send the shield flying towards you. Oh,
I see how it is. Okay, we just gonna pop me with shield and shit in my face while I'm all tied up. I see. Y'all are terrible
Yes.
friends. Y'all are
Yes.
bullies. Y'all are treating me badly.
If you ask Bastion
Sorry,
if
Mommy.
they're a bully, they will say yes. I think like we see them like spinning like in the air, and we see movements that shouldn't be possible in a full suit of armor, as I use the tag Unnatural Grace. So I'm rolling 8 dice. Okay, this is bad.
Mhm.
Okay, how many did you get?
I got 3.
Okay, so I rolled 1. So
Oh no.
So 2 questions. One, are you shifting their heart rate up or down?
I'm gonna shift it down.
Okay. And 2, how do you rebuff this attack, even while tied up?
So the thing is that the cryptid has bound my arms and legs, but it has not bound my wings. So So I go ahead and I muster all my energy and I buffet them forward as hard as I can. So my wings are going like I'm like a mad owl caught in the corner. So it knocks the shields away from me. And can I knock the shield towards Jackie?
Yes. Okay. Let's say you. Actually, I'm gonna say no, just because you've
That's
knocked
fair.
Bastion's health down to 4. So what I'm gonna say happens is this: you like hit the shield intending for it to go to Jackie, and Bastion kind of like very quickly kind of like spins down to kind of like block Jackie from the attack, and the shield kind of like clocks him like in the chest, and they go like flying towards a wall.
That is, however, going to stop me. That's going to be the first thing that pauses me all night.
They'll be fine.
Gosh,
They
it
have
is your ex,
healing.
Mm-hmm.
That's my boo.
The tiger. The tiger, seeing that you, Axel, are like focused on him, he's going to like send out like kind of like these kind of like jets of fire like towards you. Like they look like arrows, but like he hasn't resummoned his bow. He's in full tiger mode. He's going to add the tag. An enemy is an enemy is a toy I haven't broken yet. For some extra dice. Please roll.
Okay.
Oh, this is good.
For who exactly? Good for who? Ask yourself. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, this is
It
good
wasn't-
too.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. I've got 4.
I've also got 4.
I also have 2 1s.
They don't matter.
Okay.
To be fair, I also got 2 1s. So.
Oh shit! Dead heat.
Okay, so nothing changes. I think we just see kind of like
Anime clash.
anime clash, especially because like both of you
Yeah.
are like very fire aspected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just kind of see like the fire just kind of like
Blue and
clashing
red fire.
against each other. Yeah, with like
Nice.
no real like effect on either of you. And then we get to Harold. Sirius, Jackie, in front of you, between each other, you see a point of light that begins to refract and reflect in a million different combinations as a swirl of mirror shards begin to appear. And as they kind of like fall to the ground, you see Harold standing before you, staring directly at you, Sirius. And he like reaches out a hand, the same one we saw touch Izzy's mural like just a second ago. And his palm begins to glow, and you see displayed before you this mural, massive, lifelike, giant, an expression of the love your friend has for you and for the group. Izzy,
Yes.
technically you don't have powers, so in law you don't have a heart rate.
Correct.
I would like you, nevertheless, to roll. This is going to be a sync attack with Herald, so there'll be an extra 5d6 on there.
Okay.
Feel free to add whatever tags you once had.
Okay. That is up here. I have crossed out. I think I'm gonna go with strong emotions, so I'll have 7, as I assume I just have the normal 5.
Emotional.
Cool.
Indeed.
Sirius, you'll be rolling against this.
All right. Let's go ahead and. Well, unless they really whiff it, they're gonna win because I only rolled 3 successes.
Okay.
I pulled a Jackie from last week, and of my 7 dice, 5 of them are 5s or 6s.
And Harold rolled 3 successes. So, Izzy, you got 5 successes, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Sirius, your heart rate goes up by 5.
Oh,
Oh, hey! Yeah, that takes me to 14.
Tell us
Oh.
what happens as you are confronted with this mural.
So as I'm floating there, and I have stopped fighting. I was hanging there, shocked, looking at Bastion, who, as they went flying across the room, was the first thing that really kind of broke through to me. So when Harold shows up and brings the mural out, it like panoramics around me. I could spin, I could try to get away, but I can't. I can see it everywhere. And it's gorgeous. I mean, it's not just because it's technically beautiful, which it is. Izzy's a great artist, but it feels like Izzy. And that's really what set me off, was just an overwhelming fear that I had almost lost Izzy and Jackie tonight. And even though Izzy is safe now, we don't know what's happened. It's really just a whole bunch of pain and fear. But in this moment, I can feel Izzy. I can feel that they're at home. I can feel that they're safe. I can feel that they're worried and scared. They're concerned about us. They're concerned about me. And in that moment, with all my friends around me, I can feel them. I can feel their hearts calling out to mine. And it it works. Where all the violence hasn't, where all the words haven't, this art, this love, this, I can feel it in the way that Jackie's holding me. Am I being restrained? Yes. Am I being restrained very carefully so that I'm not hurting myself and I'm not hurting my friends? Yeah. I'm not being.
We practice consent in this.
Right? I'm not
I'd love to think we
being
have drills for this.
Yeah.
hurt. I'm being cared for. And it really just, it hits me that I don't have to do this. I don't have to kill myself, the tiger, whatever. I don't have to save everyone at the price of myself, because that's not what I was doing. I was just hurting everyone and myself. And in that moment, my power surges through me and the feathers all just drop away, just this big explosion of black feathers and glitter. And my butterfly wings very slowly unfold from behind me in a ray of light and solidify as I flutter down to the ground, still wrapped in Jackie's tendrils.
You feel this pain and sorrow still present, but purged from your system, purged from your powers, as you come to the ground. And you hear the tiger. It's not a growl so much as it's a hiss. It's a kind of like, what's the word? It's kind of like a hiss of like annoyance and frustration as he goes, "Fine. None of you fine. None of you were worth the effort then, I guess." And we see him, kind of like a circle of flames begin to appear around him, like as he prepares to like cast some big magic.
Mm-hmm.
Alex or Axel, I will say you, because you were focused on the tiger, get a reaction as he begins to leave. What would you like to do?
Okay, so how exactly is he appearing now as he's leaving?
So he's still in tiger form. There's just kind of like a circle of fire, which you imagine will either like open up into a portal or just kind of like conceal him, and then he'll like vanish.
Oh, I'm just gonna throw myself at him and try to follow him through it.
Oh, interesting.
We're only supposed to smooch. No.
We'll get there. We'll be fine. Get away from me, motherfucker! And he's gonna just run and dive like bass guitar out at his side and try to tackle it through this portal.
Cool. Does my last tag apply? Yes, it does. Does it?
Ready?
No, this isn't stuck. Okay, yes, go ahead. Ooh,
all right.
That's good. Oh, that's good.
No.
5 successes this time.
Jesus Christ.
Nope, not gonna do it.
Fuck!
As
So mad at this thing.
1, 2. Yeah, okay. So your heart rate goes up by 1.
You're not alone in being mad. Don't worry.
As you kind of like leap towards it, like the tiger kind of like looks towards you, kind of like shakes his head. "Where I'm going isn't a place for little kids." and kind of like the fire, the fire kind of like bursts, kind of like surging around him, like kind of like creating a wall, and then the fires like fall, and he is gone.
Axel takes off his base and just fucking smashes it on the floor where he just disappeared through. Fit of rage.
And we move our camera to Izzy. Izzy, you are once again, you're in your flat, on the floor. There is for a moment, there is a breeze that kind of like comes through your flat. It is warm. It is both a warm breeze, like the warmth of like, I don't know, like heating, like when you come in after like a winter's day, and it is also the cool, refreshing breeze on a summer's day. And it is light, and it is heavy, almost like a hug. And most importantly, it smells like Sirius's bakery.
Oh.
And you feel that wind just wash over you, so many things all at once. And with that, we will take a bit of an early break.
All right, let's go ahead and take our break. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. See you in a little bit. Hot. Hey everyone, we are back and one down. Colin had to run. There was an emergency and Colin had to go. So we're back here to sort of wrap up today's episode pretty shortly after this scene. So go ahead, Rook, and just, do what you do. Do what you do.
Cool. We return to Science World. The dust, metaphorical and very, very literal, kind of clearing. We see this kind of scorch marks in the ground where the tiger disappeared. We see Harold like kind of standing in the middle of the room. We see Bastian kind of like very achily just kind of like standing up after that hard knock. What, Jackie, Sirius, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna unfurl Sirius and walk over to her, and since I am already a cat, like just sort of like do a tiger, so tigers do this thing because they don't purr or meow, they have a chuff, and I'm gonna do the friendly like tiger chuff at her and like cat nuzzle her hand. Or her shoulder, as I'm probably as tall as she is, but yeah. Her face, just cheek rubs against her face. Happy that you're back.
See, I'm exactly the kind of person who rubs my face back on cat, so that's fine. We're just sitting there looking like idiots. I'm rubbing my face on a gooey ass, not cat. It's excellent.
Ugh.
That's love right there when your friend is a gooey not cat and you're still going to rub your face on them.
Yeah.
I love how grossed out you look.
Just like goo. Like I'm just kind of like squelch.
No, Jackie feels like flubber. Remember we talked about this.
Yeah.
Except for when Jackie doesn't like you and then they're yucky. But mostly it just feels like flubber, and I love flubber.
I just feel like
I
Jell-O.
wanted a flubber.
See, I feel like Jell-O when I like you. I feel like pudding when I hate you.
Oh no. Oh no, not cheap pudding skin.
Yeah, you just cheap pudding skin. Like, it's been out of the fridge for like an hour, and it's just that.
Ew.
Straight, like. It feels like something Bill Cosby was attached to, right? Like, just
no.
gross. Absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry, that was inappropriate.
That was hilarious.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Bastian kind of like walks over to you, the like armor kind of like dissipated, and just kind of like joins the hug. You kind of like notice, like I feel like you're there for like a good like 10 seconds, and then you look over to like Harold, who's kind of like floating like 20 feet off the ground, kind of like with like the glass pieces kind of like manipulated around him, and he kind of like looks down to you and he says, I mean, let me fix the mess you made, and then I'll be there. And he kind of like continues fixing the building.
Fair.
So I'm gonna take a minute. I'm look around. I'm gonna wipe my face because my eyes are streaming. I'm crying a little bit, and I'm going to notice the enormous gaping hole where what used to be my favorite exhibit used to be. My dinosaur is gone, and I'm gonna be like, the fuck happened? How? We can't pay for that.
It's fine. The city has, $1 billion hero damage.
Who's gonna come see it this weekend?
There's other exhibits. It's okay. I am so sleepy. Oh my god. Is it the sun?
Oh god.
Is that the fucking sun? I don't know about the rest of you, but I could use a McDouble and and go home and nap for about 3 days.
I could sleep forever. But where's Izzy?
Looks at
Harold will kind of like shut down. I left Izzy in their apartment. They wanted me to show you the thing they were working on. But I kind of left them there. If someone wants to go check on them.
Yeah, I think we could all go check on Izzy.
You head to Izzy's flat. Yeah, you all arrive at Izzy's flat. I don't know what the process is for being let in, but it kind of happens.
It is a pretty not great flat, so the process is you show up, and then when no one answers the door, either Sirius or Jackie are like, "Oh, I got this," and go and open a window and just crawl in.
Okay. You crawl in through Izzy's window.
Jackie is an expert at crawling in through windows.
Jackie has proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah, you crawl into Izzy's window. Izzy, you see your friends return.
Yeah, no, Izzy's already passed out, just in a crumpled mess on the floor, basically. Didn't even bother getting to a bed. But they probably heard and oh, serious, good. I'm so sorry.
Look up at Sirius. Let's heave them to the bed. I know for a fact sleeping on the floor is bad, no matter what.
All right. So I'm half in the window, and I'm just gonna be like, "Hey, kiddo, let's get everybody to bed. This has been the worst housewarming party I have ever been to, and I was at the one where Jacob set the boat on fire."
Man, setting a boat on fire is a good time, though. I don't know why.
Not when it's the houseboat you're supposed to live on.
Yeah, especially if
Please
you're
tell
on
me
it.
this is a real story. Please.
No, I actually have better ones, but I have never attended a housewarming party where someone set the houseboat they were supposed to live on fire. But I've been to wilder shit than that. So, Maine.
It's pretty wild shit.
You heard it here first. Maine.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, you all kind of heave Izzy to bed. Are there any scenes you'd like to have before everyone just passes out?
Yeah, if Izzy's cool with it, I'm just gonna crawl into bed. With Izzy,
Yeah.
I am too tired to move even to my own house. My door is probably left wide open and I don't care.
Yeah, no, I think we're all just gonna curl up like kittens. We're all just going to curl up in full. I'm not even gonna untransform. I've still got on butterfly boots.
Absolute same.
The emotional safety of the best friend nap.
Yeah. Yep.
The emotional safety of the best friend nap.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we see all of you just kind of a lot of you kind of squeezed into Izzy's bed.
Imagine Izzy as a king size bed, just for the sake of it.
That's hilarious because I'm imagining all of us in awkward positions on a full size futon.
That's funnier.
Jackie's clearly at the foot, curled up,
Yeah, the camera kind of lingers on the group of you, kind of just finally resting after truly the wildest. It's probably been 3 hours. I'm not gonna lie. The wildest 3 hours you've ever experienced. The camera just kind of lingers here, and The night goes by without a pulse to fight, without a danger to survive. What time is it?
We're exactly at our halfway point.
Okay. I will say if there are any scenes you would like to specifically have, like within like a week of this, Val, the thing we talked about over break will happen properly next week. But if there are any scenes you would like to have, within like a week of this happening, this would be a good time to have those.
I think Jackie, maybe even before realizing that they lost, maybe at one point will attempt to contact Bear. One, to check on him, because he did witness something terrifying, right?
Okay. Okay, cool.
We don't know of a lot of normal people who went inside the rifts.
Okay. You call him and he answers on the third ring. What do you want?
Hey, I'm just checking to make sure you're not utterly traumatized by what happened.
Utterly traumatized by a giant pigeon.
It was a peacock.
Oh, right, it was a peacock. I forgot that.
But please just make it in character him still say it was a pigeon.
Pigeon, peacock, whatever. It had wings.
Yeah.
And
birds do. All birds do.
Weird shit that... Jesus, I knew you and your friends were weird, but... You... I'm alive. What else do you want?
I just want to call to officially break up with you, since you didn't do it with me. You said that we were on a break while you went to plant trees, and then you dated a blonde girl through Instagram, and then you showed back up on my porch. And I just want to let you know that that was really fucking shitty, and I deserve to be treated better. So, no ill will, but this is me dumping you.
There is a silence. Yeah, I can accept that.
Cool.
Goodbye, Jackie.
Yeah, good luck. Bye, Bear.
I think he hangs up first.
Yeah. After he hangs up, I'm going to look at my phone again. I'm going to put up the messenger, just the text message app. And I'm going to send a text message to the last number that I had that belonged to them. And I'm going to text my mom. And I'm going to be like, hey, I hope you're okay. Love you. And I don't expect anything back.
Okay.
Both of Jackie's parents are alive. Yeah.
Okay. You send that text. Is there anything else anyone wants to do within that first week?
Yes, actually. Two things, but one I was hoping to do near the end. I guess it's both near the end. During one of the days everyone's together, Izzy's going to bring the staff thing because they can't quite break it themselves and they want somebody to destroy it. Which means they're going to Sirius because Axel's going to try and snort it or something. And Jackie's possibly still sleeping.
Most likely. like you know how like you do that thing whenever like you're just sleeping forever, like when you're sick or just overtired and you wake up just enough to take care of your bodily functions and the one thing on your brain. Jackie did that when she broke up with Bear, texted her mom, she peed and she ate a McDouble, like ordered DoorDash or whatever, and then went back to sleep for the next 2 days.
No.
Yeah.
So they're going to bring it to probably Sirius and Bastion. Theoretically, Harold too, if he's there.
I think for the scene, it's just Sirius here.
Okay.
Okay. So you brought it by my house.
Yeah. I can't. And they kind of like try. I can't destroy it, and I don't want whatever this thing tried to give me.
Okay. I'm gonna take it and kind of hold it, heft it, squeeze it. It is weird. It doesn't I don't know why I thought it would feel like Izzy's guitar in my hand, but I did. I kind of thought it would feel like that, like it was part of Izzy. It doesn't. It feels weird.
It doesn't feel of anything.
And that
it just feels like a stick.
Weird.
It just feels like a stick.
I don't. It's offensive to me that it just feels like a stick. I don't know it. You know how the absence of a thing the absence of a feeling that you expect can just annoy you. I find that Sirius finds that she's a little bit more easily annoyed since she's recovered from the heartbreak. Things that affect her magic where she doesn't expect to feel something can make her angrier faster. She's keeping control of it, but it is noticeable, and she's mad at the stick for being just a stupid stick.
Izzy, I will also note you have possession of your guitar. It also just feels like a regular thing.
The one I normally transform?
Yeah. It just feels like a normal object. It doesn't feel magical. But the stick, you destroy it?
Yeah, we're gonna take it out back. I have a fire pit, and unlike other people's fire pits where they use it the one time to show off, we use this fairly regularly. We like to smoke weed around the fire pit at night in the summer.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna bust it up, and we're gonna sit around the fire pit. I don't think we're gonna roast anything over it. That feels weird. I don't want to eat tiger germs. I'm mad at it. We're just gonna sit there and we're gonna dirty look it while it burns.
Yeah. We're hate burning it.
We're hate. Not even gonna smoke it. Just hate burn it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So mostly the flames are normal, but you can see at the bottom of the flame where you'd usually have where you'd burn hottest, you have a smattering of other colors, unnatural colors, some greens, some purples, but otherwise it's just a stick, and it burns just like sticks do, and at the end of it you have some nice ash.
So we're just gonna sit there for a minute, catch our breath, looking at the smoldering embers, and I'm gonna kind of lean over and thump Izzy real softly, shoulder to shoulder, and be like, "How are you feeling?"
Weird. I don't really hear it anymore, you know? I can't feel that pulse, but other than that, I'm okay. You guys have been keeping track of me, and I appreciate it. It's been a lot, but I'm glad to know you guys care about me like this and want me around still.
Of course we want you around. Izzy, you're not family because you can play a guitar. You're family because I just could not imagine in my life without you in it.
Izzy will give Sirius a big hug. Thank you. I needed to hear that. And that feels like a good spot to cut it for me.
Okay. And I think that in the week since I'm really trying to re-find my center. Like I said, I'm noticing that I'm really kind of quick to annoy with a lot of things. I'm really on edge with the magic. I thought I was feeling over this whole hero thing before, but I'm ready to fight myself. I'm ready to fight my own magic. This was a hell of an experience, and I'm not shaking it off the way I thought I would. I'm spending a lot of time quietly in my bakery, really putting effort into my everyday life, and it's very soothing. It's making me realize how much I like this part of my life better now.
So, to clarify, you can still feel your heartbroken self. Is that right?
I can. She hasn't. It's less like it's not even like she's gone so much as she's just stepped back. I very much feel the echo of my heartbreak, and it has not left me, whether I'm transformed or not. I feel it. I kind of want to ask Harold if he feels the same way, but at the same time, I really don't, because what if he says no?
That's actually why I was asking. I think you're in your bakery and you get a knock on the bakery door. Like, not the entrance to the shop, but the entrance to your back workspace.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and holler for them to come in. I've got flour on my face. I'm in the middle of making a cake, so I'm not really turning around to see who's in. I'm just hollering for them to come in.
The door opens and Harold kind of walks in. Hi, Sirius.
Hey, come on, grab an apron. What's up?
He'll grab an apron, kind of go through the motions of washing his hands and kind of tying back his hair. I'm guessing there are hair caps and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, he'll put one on. And as he begins to help you with what needs to be done, you feel it too, right?
All the time. All the time. It's like it's under my skin and I can't breathe around. Have you just been feeling this way the whole time and you didn't say anything?
Harold will kind of raise up his hand, and those shards of mirrors will swirl around him. This didn't used to be me. My mirrors were compact, they were whole, they were at perfect angles. This, he kind of points to the jagged, swirling random mess. This was him, who you had to fight in a park, who Bastion had to hit several times over with a shield. Yeah, he's in there in the back of my head, kind of asking me if I just want to go apeshit every day. But that's a voice in my head I can ignore, and while I still have access to his power, holds up the fist, kind of puts up his other arm becomes covered in jagged shards. I can have a bit of fun with whatever powers I now have.
I was, Harold, I was so mad. All I wanted was for all of this to be over, and I didn't care how it ended. I didn't care who I hurt along the way. I was just ready to be done. And now it just feels like there's so much and it's so heavy, and I think I'm fine. I'll be fine. I know that I'll be fine. And the work continues and life goes on. It's just so much some days.
Hang on. Sorry, I'm just replying to chat. No, I've been there. This acceptance of new magic didn't come quick. I mean, it came fairly quickly, but I've been there. I've felt it. I felt that anger. I wanted all of you. When I think when I was broken, the tiger preyed on a very different emotion. The feeling of like isolation, the feeling of like being all on your own, being put on a pedestal, being not part of the group. And when I turned, all I had was the overwhelming feeling of either leave me alone or join me. And those were the two options that were presented to me. Those were the two options I wanted the most. But, you know, the tiger's kind of like an asshole. Everything he says is kind of bullshit, you know? And just like every time I hear like me in the back of my head, like he always speaks with that same kind of tone that the tiger does. And like that, like when I realized that that's who I sounded like, you know, I was like what he was saying no longer mattered. The anger no longer mattered. It takes time, and you're not alone. You have me, you have Jackie, you have Izzy, and then, I mean, Bastian and Alex too. They may not relate, but they're still here for you.
I know, I have some thinking to do. And it's nothing personal. I just think that maybe for the next couple days or so, I might need some space.
I can give you space. He finishes whatever like task he was doing, maybe like kneading some bread, kind of like places it back in the bowl, ready for the proving draw. And he'll begin like cleaning himself up and putting away the apron. And like as he leaves, he'll kind of like look back and say, when you're ready, we are here. But while you need it, all the space in the world. Yeah.
Alright.
And he leaves. Are there any other scenes people would like to have?
The only other one I could think of is that Izzy would want to check on Jackie at some point, since they apparently have disappeared for like 4 days, and make sure they're getting food, and that Alex is remembering to actually cook food and not just give her or give them old muffins or something.
You are muted.
Yeah.
I'm muted on lots of phones. Jackie has the strongest stomach in the world, so She's just been like has an automatic like McDonald's skip the dishes or DoorDash or Uber Eats thing that just comes around like 3 times a day or once a day with like a huge order and wakes up, opens it, gets it. I feel Alex is probably the only one in the house that's working, so if you show up, it'll just be Jackie that's there.
Okay. Yeah, Izzy would show up and probably just let themselves in because you guys don't believe in doorbells anyway. So
We're in Canada. We don't lock our doors. Just like as soon like it's almost automatic if the door opens, Jackie just like sits up. And remember, they have a Murphy bed, so it's just like into the wall and it comes out. There is definitely a little it smells a little bit. It has been cleaned, but Jackie smells. Hi, Izzy. How's it going?
It's going.
Is there coffee?
There can be coffee. Give me just a second.
Oh, it's okay. No. Don't make coffee. Like, what time is it?
Like the middle of the day, probably 10 or 11. It's just not an.
Yeah. I should
Maybe
have an order
12.
come in like 30 minutes. It's fine. It should be on its way. I've just set up a bot that just automatically gets the things that I need. Hey, how are you?
Okay, I'm doing okay. I was checking on you. I just wanted to make sure that you're doing okay and aren't mad at us or anything. Are you and Alex like fix things?
I don't think things were broken. I'm not mad at anyone. Why would I be mad at anyone? We all came out of that alive. I'm just very tired.
Okay.
What day is it? Is it what time? Yeah.
It's been like 3 days since
Friday?
Sirius.
I think it was Tuesday when we
it was a
left
Tuesday.
off.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Okay.
I mean, that's fine. Get your sleep then.
No, it's okay. You can hang out. Believe me, there will be 2 large coffees, so you can have some coffee with me. And do you like chicken nuggets? Because there's just like usually like a 60 piece that comes with that. It's the end of March, so we got a Shamrock Shake coming as well. And like, and just starts listing like apple pies, the fruit and fiber muffins, so that we could stay regular. Like, just starts listing off stuff.
That's okay. I left some of the stuff from the bakery in your guys' kitchen, though.
It's not there anymore. I'll replace it when I get up.
No, it was for you guys. It's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks, because it definitely got eaten.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I've just been tired, and like she kind of lifts up and looks at her phone, notices that it's dead, and just plugs it in, and then turns it on. Yeah, no, it's. I gotta say, I learned a lot about myself. But yeah.
Yeah, I kind of get what you mean. A lot of that was it was a lot. Just when you're ready to come talk to everyone, I know people miss you. I think only Alex has gotten to see you, so
I'm not avoiding people. I promise. I'm not avoiding people. It's legitimately I am physically incapable of moving of how like my body, I just it got really spread out. Like, listen, making an entire room and then becoming a killer whale right after, just that in itself is exhausting. And it's just legitimately like my body is just stretched really thin, and it's just kind of taking all this time to just put it back together. I'm not mad. I'm really honestly not avoiding anyone, I promise.
Okay, that's
Yeah, I'm
I believe
incredibly
you.
happy that you're here, and is Sirius good? Is everyone good?
Everyone's recovering in their own way, I
Yeah.
think. I mean, to be honest, we all haven't talked too much. Sirius helped me with something earlier. They seem good.
Okay. Yeah. No.
You know, they're still at the bakery. You know, they're still baking their heart out. So I
Yeah.
think she's fine.
Oh, great news! I broke up with Bear.
Oh, good.
Like,
So
I
does
broke
that
up
mean-
with him. I broke up with him. Since there wasn't anything
Thank
official.
God.
Like,
So
I
he's
made
never
that-
going
I
to show
made-
up again? Good.
No, he's not gonna show up again. I made that shit official. Because you know what I learned about myself during that whole thing is that I am responsible for my needs, and I am responsible for taking care of them and my well-being, and nobody else. And I needed that closure, and so I took care of it. So now it can't affect me anymore. And if it can't affect me, it can't affect anyone else. So we're good.
Just
I need a shower. Gross.
don't worry about it. Just
like pulls ichor out of their ear and like flings it to the side.
when you feel ready for it, okay? You don't need to rush yourself.
For the shower?
Yeah.
I think I'm ready for the shower. I just pulled
Okay.
out a black ear booger. So
Izzy's gonna give a big hug and let you go clean yourself up.
yeah, you should have waited until after I cleaned myself up for that, because now you need one.
It's fine.
Okay. If you wait, if you want to wait after I shower, we can go. You can just go wake and bake, walk with me, and we can just vibe.
Sure, I'd like that.
Cool. And that is what
Yeah.
Jackie does. Jackie showers, and then we have a wake and bake walk.
We break from the scene. So later that day, Izzy, I think you would be at home for this later that day.
Mm-hmm.
You get a text on your phone from your mother. Saw the news, heard about your powers. We want you to come home. It's too dangerous there.
Izzy drops the phone. In my brain, it shatters because I think that's the funniest reaction to have happen.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh God, I hope that wasn't the latest iPhone.
No, it was a piece of shit.
Okay, great.
And that would Izzy immediately just leaves the house. Well, their apartment technically.
Okay. You leave the house. Are you going home or are you going somewhere else?
They are going. Not anywhere in particular. They're just walking.
Okay. I have an idea for where your feet take you.
Yes, please. I'm doing verbal, physical motions you can't see.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. I think your feet take you underground. You walk for a bit, and then you enter a subway station, and you are sitting on a bench on a platform, and as you kind of like come back into yourself and you realize where you are, you're staring at the thing you allegedly painted here that time ago. I think the subway one was the painting of Jackie and Alex.
Yes. Technically, in the notes, it's Jackie's painting, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's Jackie's painting.
The one of me eating Alex.
Yeah.
You are sitting on this bench, kind of like, and you realize that you are on this platform where you painted this mural. Yeah, actually, yeah. I think the camera kind of like is kind of like framed behind you, so we see your head and then the graffiti kind of like looming over you. And we get a moment of like a subway, of like a train kind of like going by, the kind of like noises, the lights within the carriage kind of like rushing by, and then the silence of an empty subway platform. And that, an hour early, is where we are going to end episode 8 of The Rifts.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and showing up. Thank you just for being here and making great stories with us and listening. As far as the rest of the week goes, tomorrow we are not having Dragon Age. Half of us are out because of the coof. So we're just gonna, in fact, like, we only have 2 episodes left of that show as well. So we're actually gonna have like a sit down and talk when we can just do that twice in a row so that everyone can be there for the finale instead of like constantly trying to figure out things. So just kind of watch my Twitter for what's going on with that. But Saturday evening we will be back with Defiant, with Trail of the Dead, and that sort of thing. Then we're back on Wednesday, where we have now Isekai University has presented itself, and that turned out to be a whirlwind of interesting things for its premiere. So I'm super excited to get back to that and play my very Texan Southern Belle Centaur girl. Is very exciting. And then I think also this Sunday I'm over at Now One Heroes playing my Hobgoblin boyfriend. I'm the monster boyfriend this year. Like that is the year of 2022. I'm not dating the monsters. I am the monster that you date. Like, so cryptid, centaur, dragon, like hobgoblin, let's go. Kind of thing. So yeah, and that's where you can find me. Otherwise follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and I am at Valdrianth here, and I'm gonna get you that Discord link. I'm also gonna throw up Colin's link, so be sure to follow Colin over on his Twitter as well as his company, Six String Games. I see Nymeria is also in here. They are the co-owner of Six String Games. They just launched, I think, was it last week, their new game Avalanche. And I believe y'all are working on getting your big game, Big Damn Heroes going. So, which as a Firefly nerd, I love that. So, like, but yeah, that's me. That's Colin. Nick, go ahead and where can we find you?
I am on Twitter at @fell_strike. I play a Power Ranger games on Sunday. They are on YouTube, not Twitch, and therefore the URL is annoying for me to even try and spell out, but I will put it up on my Twitter when it's on the day. It's Sunday at 6 Pacific.
All right. Hi, I'm Arnica, and you can find me on Twitter at ArnicaXRoss. If you pop over there, I've been doing manga-inspired art for our game all week. I actually dropped a link in chat now. You can take a look at one of them. There's ones for Izzy. There's a shared one for Jackie and Alex. There will be individual ones out later this weekend. The one for Sirius should be up this evening. So feel free to stop by, take a look at the art. Just encourage me in my random ridiculousness. And that's pretty much all I'm doing right now. That takes us to Rook.
Mm-hmm.
I am unmuted. Okay, cool. Hi, I'm Rook. I've been your storyteller this evening. You can find me on Twitter at RJKGames, and I'm going to be real, I have no idea what I'm doing. Twitter is truly the best place to, keep up with me. You can also go to my Linktree, which is just the Linktree/RJKGames for links to all the projects I'm doing, some regular ones. It's currently on hiatus just because of some life things, but a solo Wonder Home podcast called The Path Ahead, available on Podbean, on Apple, on Spotify. I've started streaming because I turned off one setting on my laptop and suddenly OBS works, so here we are. I'll be streaming semi-regularly in May, and then after that we'll see. So you can follow me there at RJK Games. Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Awesome, cool. And I think for a raid, we're going over to see our friends who roll dice. I believe it's our friend Ray who will be running the Hades inspired Blades in the Dark game that they've been kind of coming to once a month. So as a Blades in the Dark fan and as a Hades fan, this highly interests me. So I'm just so when are we doing this on my channel? After my hiatus this summer, that's for sure. So with that, we're going to see y'all next week and see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Sure.
Bye.